Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm going to go ahead and give everyone a couple minutes to hop on, say hello. And then we're going to go through our bundle tonight, which is awesome. We're going to do a ton of embossing. And we're going to do a little bit of messy, but mostly tonight is going to be about the embossing. So that's awesome, but it also means it's going to be a little bit loud. We're also going to use some of my favorite stamps. Favorite stamps, lots of embossing powder. And that's what's in our kit tonight too. Favorite stamps, lots of embossing powder. Hey, Shawana. Yay! Okay, let's get everybody in. We usually have about 16. Let's stick around for a while. So I'm going to make sure before I get started that we, have all our little friends. Hi, Dana. So happy to see you. Hello, hello. All right. So tonight's bundle. So much fun. If you are interested in tonight's bundle, you can always find those links down in the description box. The dog needs food, water. He's knocking it over. Sorry about that. We have a dog emergency. He insists he needs to be in here with me, but then he decides that he has to make noise, which is never a good thing. Okay, fortunately, I have a son behind me. So tonight's bundle, it is regular price. They're always regular price, right around $100, and then they're on sale for $40. So this one is a good one. There is cabbage cardstock, which if you buy the bundle for tonight, the cabbage cardstock, we're going to use that again next week as well. So that's awesome. Then you get 2 stamp sets. So let me show you these. We have the mixtape stamp set, which is like a full background stamp set. I'm going to show you a little trick for embossing with that and stamping that tonight. And then we have this one, which is the Theater Icons Stamp and Die set. And you get the dies with it too, which is amazing because the dies that come in this stamp set are like all the dies. So you have all of these amazing icons and sentiments. Lots and lots and lots of really cute stuff in the stamp set. I've used this quite often. You can see mine is well stamped and well loved. And then all the dies. So that's in the bundle. From the shop, I am also going to be using some Not Your Mama's cardstock and some embossing ink. And then the rest of the bundle is Raven Glitter Glaze. So fun. Embossing powder in Halushki. If you are from Pennsylvania, you know what Halushki is. And if you're not from Pennsylvania and you want me to explain it to you, I will more than happy to go ahead and explain that to you. Jade and some Raven embossing powder. So 3 embossing powders, a glitter glaze, 2 stamp sets with coordinating dies, and a pack of cardstock for $40. That's the bundle tonight. Amazing. So amazing and so chock full and awesome. Okay. So then I'm going to also use my pristine embossing ink pad and Not Your Mom's cardstock. Hi, Isis. No, that's wrong. It's Isis. Oh my gosh, I'm the worst. Happy Monday. Cindy says, I love that cabbage color. Yes, that is beautiful. The film strip stamp is gorgeous. I love all the stamps in that kit. That's it. And Isis is going to forgive me and still love me, even though I looked at her name and pronounced it wrong. I'm sorry. It's my fault. You can never forgive me. I will totally understand. Where did my trimmer go? All right. Let's go. So, Not Your Mama's cardstock. I am going to cut a panel that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Oh, I mean, I'm never gonna say no to Reese's peanut butter cups. Because they're like my favorite. And that's how I'll remember. So it's easy. I see what you did there. All right. So we have our cardstock. Now I'm going to take my Misty. And we're going to take our little mixtape stamp set. I'm sure she does, Penny, but I hear her name all the time because we go to a lot of Christopher's lives together, and I really, I feel bad. Because I know how to pronounce it. I don't know what came over me. I was so excited to see her. Okay. I am putting my Not Your Mama's cardstock down here in the corner for now. But we're going to move it because I am actually going to do this the opposite way. So one of the things I have to do for this to work is I have to spray the back of my stamp set just a tad with some Sleepy Clean. And then we'll just wipe it up. And that's just going to get anything stray embossing powder off of it. So I am lining up the left side of the stamp directly with the left side of the Not Your Mama's cardstock. I'm going to give this a press down now. We have not put any ink on here yet, but I want the stamp to stick to my door because I'm going to stamp this the opposite direction. The reason for that is mostly because I still haven't gotten my new stamping bug yet. Because the company was closed and I accidentally, user error, I would like to tell you what I did to my stamping bug, but wasn't very good. So my stamping bug was on my glass mat here. When I came up in the morning with my coffee, and I set my coffee down by my stamping bug, and then proceeded to knock the coffee onto my stamping bug with my hand. And it didn't survive that. So now we have to do it with a brush. So I'm going to grab Not Your Mom's card. You saw how well I inked this. Like I inked this up. So good. So much. Then the paper is not touching the stamp, but I'm going to line it up right here along that left edge. Bottom, top. And I am going to press the paper into the stamp set. Oh. So I'm going to give this a good press down. And that way we're not going to have any areas that don't get in contact with the stamp. So if you also spill coffee on your stamping bug or haven't Haven't gotten to order one yet. There you go. That's how we're going to do it. The old school way. Okay. So I'm going to use just a piece of paper. Let's talk about music tonight. Do I have a brayer handy? Oh, Sandy, that's a good idea. Maybe, maybe not. I do. Oh, well, I already pulled it off. But for future, that is a good idea. I do have a brayer, and it is handy. So we are going to create our background using both Halushki and Jade embossing powders. And these embossing powders are really cool because you can kind of layer them up on top of each other. And we're going to get a really cool effect with it. As long as I did it right and I stamped it good, but I think I did. So I'm only going to do half or half-ish of my stamp here. Just half-ish. And I don't need perfect embossing because we are actually going to come back and cover this with the glitter glaze. And Raven glitter glaze covers a multitude of sins, FYI. I have made 3 of these cards now. None of them are perfect, but you would never know it. So while I am melting all this lovely, lovely, lovely goodness, why don't you guys tell me what your favorite product is from the new release? And if you haven't checked out the website, there are so many new products on it. The dogs. Karen says, hi, Sarah. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, Karen. Mondays are better when I have you guys around with me. So now I'm adding the jade to the other half of my background. And you could do any 2 colors with this stamp set. I like the dogs too, Sandy. I think that I'm a dog aficionado, dog lover, I'm all about dogs. I have 3. I'm a very much a dog person. So FYI, I have the entire release, like everything on its way to me. Penny's a cat person. Oh, that's okay. I still love you. Yes, the hearts are beautiful. Oh, thank you so much, Karen. I have Sandy, I have a pit bull too. I have a pitty and a mini dachshund and a Heinz 57. So there is all that embossing. See, I love where it meets here. I love where there's little bits of each of the different embossing powders and how they kind of like scatter through each other. I think that's so cool looking. And me loving that is what started building this kit. I always like to tell you how I build what I'm thinking of as I build this kit, as I build our bundles. And I was thinking I really want to play with this mix tape and some different colors of embossing powder and kind of mix them up a little bit. So I think my favorite thing, the thing I'm most excited to play with, are the black and white doodle bookmarks and the black and white doodle washi tape. I want to play with that stuff. I want to experiment a bit. Okay, so the next step on our card panel tonight is to add some of the glitter glaze all across the top. And that is really going to give it this like really cool kind of grungy look. The black raven glitter glaze is not necessarily like glittery. It's not heavy on the glitter. It gives it more, it takes this like kind of pristine, really clean looking panel, and it's going to give it this like kind of gritty look to it, which is perfect for cassette tapes. Yes, the rainbow portraits are very cool. I so I'm getting I those are part of what is winging its way to me. And I was looking at each of the individual ones, and what I really want to do, call me crazy, but I want to there are a couple that I want to fussy cut, and then I want to like pop them up onto some of the other ones. I think that would look so cool. So, I think that's what I'm going to do with them. But I'm really excited to play with especially the bookmarks. Oh, I love to read, and I'm such a book person. And because of the size of those bookmarks, I also feel like I might be able to scrapbook with them and make like a cool background with them. So those are kind of my thoughts, is that I'd really like to play with those bookmarks and make a scrapbook page with them and maybe foil them. Oh, did you see the stickers with the dog bones? Those look amazing. So yes, if you head to the website to grab the bundle, don't forget to look at all the new stuff because it's awesome. I'm so super excited. Okay. So I just did this right on that printer paper that I used for my embossing because it makes lives easier. And I can just throw this away now. Oh, bye, Isis. Okay, so Penny is going to say her magic words now. By the magic of TV. This is what it looks like all dry. The magic words. Okay, so this one is all dry, ready to go. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of unbend it a little bit. It's not too bad, just a little bit. Okay, so now this is going to be our background. And this is a perfect background because we want a background to look like it's in the background, right? So having that glitter glaze, those kind of darker colors of embossing powder, we can now take our Raven embossing powder and our, yeah, see, through the magic of TV. She does it so much better than me. I never remember all the different words. So here's our background, and we want our elements to kind of pop up, right? We want them to be interesting. We want the background to go in the background. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take our Not Your Mama's cardstock and we're going to heat emboss. Now, I have already mocked up a card. I can show you here. So this is the card that I created and I was going to recreate tonight. But would any of you be interested in seeing maybe some different icons or a different sentiment on the front? Because you could put whatever you want on the front of this card. Anything that's on this stamp set would be fine. Perfect. Wonderful. So we have This Night Was Like a Dream Come True. There's Only This, More Theater, Less Drama. I have created a card with this sentiment. I think it's my favorite one. This one, Real Life is Messy and Drama is a Shaped Version of Real Life. The novel is more of a whisper, whereas the stage is a shout. Love the art in yourself, not yourself in the art. So we have lots of different sentiments. We have lots of different icons. You can mix and match and play with whatever you want. So let me grab my Misty again. Yeah, those rainbow cards are going to be fun to play with. I'm a little bit like nervous. I feel like they're going to require maybe like I wasn't sure about them. I think there's something that I have to have in my hands and then I can kind of play with them. But the more I look at them, the more I look at the pictures and stuff, the more I get like really cool ideas to use them. So I love heritage and vintage. So those ladies on there, the little ladies with the big hair, like the little Gibson girl type ladies, love those. I think those are the ones I'm going to use first. All right. Will this fit in here? So what are we thinking? Do you guys want to use the same elements, or is there a specific icon or element you would like me to use tonight? Sandy reminded me to pull up my bear. Oh, powder tool. We need powder tools for this one. Okay, powder tool. I'm so excited about the new products. I'm forgetting what I'm doing here. This is bad. Okay. We definitely need a powder tool for this because we're going to be stamping a lot of different elements and then we're going to die cut them out. So we're going to do a couple of the mic stands and then all of the little music notes. And then use this one. I am just filling up my paper with as much as I can. Then I have less. Yes. Did you see? Okay, so the blooming heart is really pretty. And also, did you see that you can get it combined with like a stencil so you can color it and the chipboard pieces so you can play with those too? It's awesome. I'm so excited. I can't wait for or for the new products to come. And there's two gorgeous, gorgeous paper pads, especially the spring splatters one. I think that's what it's called. That one would be amazing for scrapbooking with. It's been a while since I've done a scrapbook page on my Monday Live. All right. Hello, hello. Oh, perfect. The link above shows the different bundles and singles for the Blooming Heart. Perfect. I love that you can get all those different little like add-ons and extras and things. That's really cool. I'm going to take Sandy's advice and use my little brayer. Okay. And then we can go ahead and most these. How are we doing on time? Oh, good. This is a pretty quick card design and a pretty quick card. It's not necessarily time consuming. It's just a little tedious because there's a lot of embossing and die cutting and things like that. And I am pretty much, there was very, 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 very little in the way of like prepping that I had to do. Like nothing really needed to dry necessarily. So I knew we were going to be pretty good. It was going to take me an hour to put this together. Yeah, we're doing good. We should be just fine. So now it should you should be able to see like that amazing contrast between those dark embossing powders and then our the black and white of the elements that we're going to emboss and die cut. I don't know if I have to move any of these. Maybe just a couple. Don't need that one or that one. Actually, I don't think we need any of these. I think we just need the speakers, the mics. So what kind of music does everybody like? Do you have a favorite? I mean, if you want to share. Sometimes you don't like to share your music. Do we have do you like show tunes? Old rock and roll? Okay, so that's all we're gonna need. And then to keep this together, clean all the stamps up because that's the last we're gonna use of our stamps. I'm not worried about the embossing ink because the coolest part about Brutus Monroe embossing ink is that it is oil-based and it stays wet for a really long time. So you can stamp lots of images. You can do what I'm doing, clean your stamps and put them away so they're not bugging you if you like things clean. I'm a clean as I go person, even when crafting. So there's the stamp set. Oh, Shalana likes R&B and gospel. We get a couple more people that are willing to tell. I'll tell you mine. Mine's fairly embarrassing. I mean, I don't think it's embarrassing, but do you want to hear mine? All right. So I like boy bands. Pop boy bands. That's what I like. And I mean, you know, like the Beatles. I love the Bee Gees. Like I love the Bee Gees, you guys. I am the biggest New Kids on the Block fan. Yeah. Boy bands. I also like Backstreet Boys. That's my jam. Hold on a second. Okay, so let's talk about this for a minute. This is what happens when you forget to put your powder tool on and then you accidentally flick off too much of your embossing powder. There, that's much better. Show tunes 80% of the time. Otherwise, stuff like Trampled by Turtles and Lumineers. Okay, I know who Lumineers are. I like them. Sandy likes 80s classics. Oh, yes, definitely. I can get behind that one too. Okay. So now we just have to, first we have to get rid of this. Show tune, Karen says show tunes, 50s and 60s. I also like a good musical show tune. And I'm also like Penny in that I struggle with rap. I don't really enjoy rap at all. So my family, especially my husband, is very music inclined. And they all play instruments. Both of my sons play guitar. My husband plays guitar and piano. And they pick on me for my music choices all the time because I like the very simple 4-chord music choices. Those are my music choices. That's what I like. I don't like anything too complex. And so my family likes to pick on me about that. But I am okay with it. Okay, so I'm just going to pull out all these little dies here. Sandy says this is a pitch perfect soundtrack count. That counts 100%. Sandy says she likes Journey, Eagles, Queen. I love Journey. Eagles and Queen, so a little bit here and there, but I really like Journey as well. So I'm just going through all the dies and finding the ones we need for the images that we used. And there are so many dies to go along with this set that it takes you a minute. Like it takes you a minute to find all the dies and what they go with. Because there's so many of them. There is a die for every single image and all of the sentiments. So that die set is all inclusive and it's amazing. I love when die sets are all inclusive and include everything you could possibly need. So let me grab tape. My die machine is not very loud. It is electric, but it is not very loud. So we should do just fine to chit chat over it while I die cut all of these little pieces. And then once we die all die cut all these little pieces, then we can go ahead and put our card all together. If you watch Christopher on Tuesdays and Thursdays, my machine is not a lawnmower. It's not quite that loud. I'm just going to get, I am very particular about my dies. I'm sorry. I have to get them just so. So I fidget with them many, many, many times. You know, I'm going to fidget with them, and I'm still not going to have them just right. And then after I put them through, I'm going to see all the areas where I should have moved them and put them. Sandy has so many good ideas. Put a sheet of white vinyl over your magnet and stamp image. Oh, one of mine. These are seriously, this is I have no complaints with this die cutting machine. This is the little workhorse. I have this one and I have a manual one. And I've seriously considered multiple times going ahead and getting the big one of this, because this is the best. It is the best. See, not too hard. Not too loud. Okay, next set. I don't know. Does it sound loud on? Yeah, Caroline, I think I need to get the big one. I've been looking and looking at them, especially since they just came out like with another, like a new one. But I know that the old style ones were really, really good. So I don't even care which one I get. And after having this one, yeah, I know that they're really good quality and they're really, really nice. All right, line these up. And then we'll send this one through. So I don't need this tape to be super sticky. I just need it to hold it in place because this is magnetic. So it grabs right onto the dies. and holds them right in place. Oh, Caroline has the new one. Yeah. I want to get the new one of these, and I also want to get a glue press. You guys were the ones that talked me into a glue press. We're going to run this through one more time. Sometimes Not Your Mama's cardstock needs to go through more than once, because that's how thick and amazing it is. But it's okay, because the die will slip right into the cut lines that are there already, and I can run it through, and it will be perfectly. Karen says she has mine. This one is really great for just like crops, taking it places, having it just on your desk. And it'll work for just about everything. Just sometimes you get the big dies, and that's where you run into problems. I call it my little workhorse, because it really is. Okay, let's get this. These are our last two dies, and then we can go ahead and pull our whole card together, and it will be quick and easy. I know this is a little bit, all this die cutting and stuff, time-wise, it's just a little tedious to watch too. But so worth it in the end. And I really wanted to do a couple of cards that featured some heat embossing and some die cutting and some different things for you. Oh. I do. I know, I do. And there we go. Perfect. See, and then it can just sit right there on my desk. It's not in my way. And take all these little pieces. It does. Sandy asked if my Empress will fit its full A2 panel. Yeah, I've used like cover plates on the cover plate dies in them before, and it worked. I think it's exactly the platform is exactly 4¼ inches wide, and it's like 6½ long. So let's grab that cabbage cardstock so we can cut our panel. So I'm just going to take a quick measurement. I want to make sure. Okay, so 3 3/4 for you guys to know. This is 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. So that's the panel that you get. So what I'm going to do for my cardstock is I want to cut this at 4 inches because that's going to give us the nice sides to our card tonight. And I'm going to cut it at 4 by 5 1/2. And then just going to line this up, and you're going to get these lovely edges that is really going to finish off our background panel, and it's going to finish off our card. So it's going to give us those just really nice light edges. Okay. So what I did was, for my little microphones, I wanted them to look like they're coming up out of the bottom of our background. Because we are using glitter glaze, so we are using some mixed media, medium here, I'm going to go ahead and add some glue. That's going to give me a little wiggle room. It's also going to make sure that everything gets adhered to the glitter glaze. So nothing's going to go off. Look at this microphone. This is my favorite microphone. Look at that. This is so cool. I love that one. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to alternate these. So one up a little high and then one a little lower. And like I said, you have so many options you could do with this stamp set. You could use whatever sentiment, whatever images. With all those sentiments and images and the bundle, you could make, 3, 4 different card designs. And no two would look the same. You could also switch up your colors. You could do the background, could do like an 80s card. You could do the background in like bright pink or something like that. And I love how these elements, because we emboss them in the black and white and we have that high contrast, they really do just pop right off that background. So don't forget, if you want to grab tonight's bundle, you can find a link in the description box that takes you straight to the bundle, or there's another link that takes you straight to the collection. And while you're there, make sure you go over to the new section for sure. And check out the new release products because they are so, so good. right. This one, I'm just going to give him a little haircut. He had a little piece that didn't quite cut. Ends up with an extra one. And then we can just trim off the pieces that are overhanging. And put it on. I'm going to do this because this, I think I put the glitter glaze on a little thick. Well, it's me. Of course, I put the glitter glaze on a little thick because what have we learned after me making mixed media cards with you for weeks and weeks and weeks? I have a heavy hand with mixed media and I put way too much on everything I make. That's just how it goes. So of course the glitter glaze I did at 3 o'clock this afternoon isn't dry. But that is not the case for everyone. That's just me. Okay, there we go. And there is our card for tonight. Look at that. It's so pretty. I just love it. I just love that contrast of the black and the white. I love the glitter on the back of the card that just gives it that extra depth and extra layers. I love layers. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's card. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Anyone, everyone. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Thank you for sticking with me through the whole card. If you made it to the end, you get an extra big gold star. Next week, we're going to talk about snacks. That's your sneak peek at next week's Make It Monday. So have a wonderful night, everybody. See you later.